Hey guys, welcome back to WebDevMentors YouTube channel, and you're watching Python tutorial series for beginners. So in this video we're going to see about functions in Python. We've been seeing a lot of things in Python series right now, but it's time to get to the next level of Python programming. Now if you have already come across something called as reusability of code, then it starts from writing functions in Python. So just like every other programming language, reusability is really an important concept. You don't have to write the same thing over and over again. Now functions is the first step in writing reusable code. You can call the function anytime you want a particular functionality to be done. Instead of writing the same code again and again, you just write it in one place, call it as a function, call it whenever you need it. That's what we're going to write now. Now in Python, writing a function is called as defining function. So Python has a keyword named as def, which stands for define, and you use a space and then write the name of the function. So I'm going to write a name like function underscore one, close it with the brackets, and now you see that a colon has been ordered automatically. Now this means that Eclipse can understand that I'm trying to define a function and it has to end with a colon. So if you're not using Eclipse or any advanced editors, IDEs, then you might have a problem in here because the autocomplete will not be working because you're using a normal text editor. In that case, you have to make sure that you are doing it properly. If you are someone who comes from programming languages like C, C++, or Java, you wouldn't have done the colon part. You might have gone with the approach of defining a block with the braces. Now that is not something that you can see in Python because Python is not something that uses braces, but it uses indentations in order to find the block of codes. That's exactly what is important in here as well. Once I press enter or return, you can see that auto indentation has been applied by Eclipse again. So this clearly means that my Eclipse can identify that I'm trying to write a function, and this is going to be the line of code that my function has to do. So I'm going to just use a print statement in here with some kind of string. This is the function 1. Now I enter again, you can see that it still is inside the indentation. Once I press backspace, I come out of the indentation. So right now, if I write anything in here, it's going to be out of the function. So it's not part of the function. So let me press enter again, use print again. Sorry, this is not the function. Now this is the important part. Now I'm going to run this code, but you are going to see only one print statement getting executed. So let's run the file. You can see that this is not the function. The reason why we are not seeing this because we haven't called the function yet. We've just defined the function. So in order to do that, we have to just use the name of the function. That's it. This is called as calling the function. So when I run it, it will give me two statements. Now this is the simplest way of defining a function. Now the print statement has been added to my function already. What if I want something in return, a value to be returned by the function? That's where you just remove the print statement in here, write return in here, go at the end, remove that. Now if I don't use a print statement in this place, I will not be seeing any results. Let's just use the print statement. You can see that the exact same result has been obtained. Now most of the time I prefer using the return statement instead of the print statement because I want to keep a function to return something instead of printing something, because if by chance in the future I want to change I want to change how my display has to be done, then in that case I have to go and change it in the function. And if I have an application which needs to display the same value that has been returned by my function, different forms in different places, then that would be a trouble. So that's the reason why I prefer returning the values getting the values in some other part. In that place, I'll be using some kind of formatting in my strings and then printing them using the print statement. Now, what happens if I remove these braces, run it, you can see that the object value has been returned. So this is something that you might see later in the series where I try to explain, but let me give you a short explanation of this. So this is a function object named as function1 at the address value. Now we will be getting to it later on in the series where I'll be explaining what are all these things, but the thing is, what is the object type, and what is the name of that object at this particular value. It's kind of a, I think it's an hexadecimal value or something. I'm not exactly sure, so please forgive me. I don't want to give you a false information and say like, okay, I'm sorry, later on in the series. So better if you use the Google in order to find it out. Now what happens, if I just return this one, use this, sorry about that, this is the, now problem is, let me actually add the braces. You have to concatenate these two things. Let's use the plus in here, run it, it's working fine. So this is how I usually use my functions. I just make them to return the value that I want to return, do these concatenation, string formatting stuffs in my actual program, so that in future if I want to change something, I want to change it in the place where it has been printed rather than changing that in the function, because I want the function to be more flexible in a way that I can use it in multiple places, not in a single place. So function has to be written in a way that you can use in multiple places. So keep this in mind. Anyway guys, thank you for watching this video. We will be seeing more about functions, how to define functions, kind of a parameters, how to define functions with parameters, how to define functions with parameter with default values, how to define functions with multiple parameters. So it's a kind of a, another video that you will be expecting all these things, multiple videos maybe. So let's say in the next video, thank you for watching this video. Please hit the like button if you like this video, and also share the video with your friends and anyone you think will be benefited by this video. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already, and if you have any kind of comments, issues, feedback, suggestions, whatever you want to tell me, use the comment section of this video, or you can also contact me through the Facebook page, Twitter feed, or Google Plus page as well. So you can find all those links in the description section of this video. Well, let's see you in the next video. Keep watching the series.